gentlemen. We'll start on my left. Mr. Matthias, please introduce yourself to the audience and provide some information about your experience in public service or in civic organizations.
Good evening. My name is Greg Matthias. I'm a resident of Somerset County basically all of my life. My wife is a teacher in the county for about 28 years. My mother taught in the county for 40 years and retired. I graduated from Chrisville High School in 1973, attended University of Maryland Eastern Shore. My children, I have two, Craig Jr. and Erica, 3 grandchildren. Both of my children graduated from the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. I am active in numerous social organizations in Somerset and Dorchester County, and I am the pastor of Zion Baptist Church in Cambridge, Maryland. That's basically it.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor, same question.
Good evening. First, I'd like to thank the NAACP for holding this forum. My name is Van Muir. I'm a lifelong resident of Somerset County. I'm married to the same woman for over 45 years. We have 3 children and 4 grandchildren. I'm a U.S. Army veteran. I'm a retired sergeant from the Maryland State Police. I graduated from the State Police Academy in 1964. Was signed to Somerset County in 1965. I belong to various organizations in the county. I've been with the Prince Anne Little League for over 20 years, 10 years of that as president. When I started, we had 6 teams. When I quit 7 years later as president, we had 11 teams with over 135 kids participating in it. I'm a 40-year member, I'm going on 40 years with the Prince Anne Volunteer Fire Company. I'm past president of the Somerset County Volunteer Firemen Association. I'm currently president of the Prince Anne Volunteer Fire Company. It'll be my 4th year. I'm a 50-year member of the Masonic Lodge here in Princess Anne. I've worked 20 years with the Recreation and Parks, volunteer, a former member of the Republican State Central Committee. I just say I appreciate your vote on November the 2nd.
Thank you. First question. If you are elected, Mr. Mayor, as county commissioner, would you consider having an evening meeting at least one time per month to allow students or the working population to attend? Why? Yes. Why not?
Yes, I would. I think we should give the residents and taxpayers in this county the opportunity to come out and participate in the county commissioners meeting. I feel that they should not have to take off from work. If they want to come in to complain or to ask why something is being carried on, I would very well like to see an evening meeting.
Ms. Matthias, same question.
Yes, most definitely. Simply because, as Mr. Muir stated, there are people that have jobs that they must go to. And as taxpayers, you need to be informed as far as how your tax dollars are being spent. You need to have a voice in how your tax dollars are spent. And you also need to know that the individuals that are representing you are performing the jobs that you voted them in to perform. So I believe that as citizens of this county and as taxpayers, you have every right to know exactly and to be able to voice your concerns at the meetings that the commissioners hold. And unfortunately, so many of those meetings currently are being held during the day at times when numerous of you have to work. So yes, you should have a voice at a time that you can be a participant.
Second question for Mr. Fox. What do you think is the most pressing problem facing the citizens of Somerset County today?
Well, as of, I think it was like June, the unemployment rate was like 10.4% here in Somerset County, as opposed to it being 8.5% in the last year. So unemployment is a big problem, not only for Somerset County, but for this country, period. But we're really concerned about the lack of jobs, good paying jobs that are currently here. We've had numerous, or several rather, manufacturers that have been here in years past gone by that have vacated the county. The state of Maryland is not very friendly when it comes to manufacturers coming into the state. And there has to be incentives to have manufacturers come. We also have to train our people in the technology realm, because fortunately or unfortunately for us, if you don't have qualified individuals to work and perform the jobs necessary, then the manufacturers won't come. If it's jobs that need technology and we do not have those people that are trained properly, then they will try to look elsewhere where they can find better qualified candidates. So we have a great deal to offer, and I just believe that with the right people and that are really concerned, we can bring in good paying jobs for the people of Somerset County.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor, same question. What do you think is the most pressing problem facing the citizenry of Somerset County?
I think jobs probably is number one. Also, this county here has a lot of watermen and farmers in it. I think the regulations that they're facing today is a big problem for this county. I think the county commissioners will have to go up the line to the delegates and state senators and have to lean on them to try to get some of these regulations changed. I know we have a lot of poultry farmers, and they're just not being able to build houses and to do like they want to do to make a living. Jobs certainly is a big priority. Bringing in viable workforce businesses that will hire people, good jobs. We also need to work with the small businessman. Go out and contact that businessman to see if there's anything else the county commissioners can do for him. The small businessman creates jobs. A poor man don't create jobs. But your small businessman, your rich people will. And the people that pay the taxes in the county, they need to know that the jobs are there for them so they can have a standard of living that's acceptable.
Thank you. Next question, Mr. Mayor, you can also add your closing statements after you answer this question. Given the fact that the EEO committee has been formed by the present county commissioners, what steps as commissioner would you recommend to ensure that minorities have the opportunity for employment in government offices or government jobs? Thank you.
I would think that this committee would go out and report back to the county commissioners if they have a problem, if there is a problem. Like the prior panel was up here for sheriff and the sheriff's department and the police department in the county. I think that at career day at high school, that you should have officers out there at career day trying to recruit these students that are coming along, that they need to know something about the police force, what's going on with the sheriff's department, what they might be looking at if they consider coming in to get a job in the police field. I know as a retired sergeant of state police, I can think back to the times I was here at this campus, holding a career day, displaying posters, trying to recruit people for the job. And I think that we need to get out more in the county and let the minorities know that what the jobs are, and we can build from there.
Thank you. Ms. Mathis, same question.
Well, I think that it's a giant step forward that the EEOC committee has been instituted. Just being able to give some insight to the commissioners and also perhaps even make recommendations. One of the things I truly believe is this, that you don't hire an individual strictly based on the ethnicity, but you hire them on qualifications. Because it doesn't matter what color you are, if you're not qualified to do the job, then unless they bring you in a training program, then you need to wait your turn until you prove yourself qualified. So I think it's a giant step that this has occurred, and I believe that if we would be more considerate, because the only thing anyone really wants is the opportunity. Give a person the opportunity to prove that they can do the job. One of the things, one of my concerns is that unfortunately, when it comes to diversity, I think it has been lacking people even being mindful of the fact that this county is diverse. And when I say diverse, I'm not talking about just African Americans. I'm talking about female. I'm talking about all ethnic groups. They are here in Somerset County and they deserve to be represented.
Thank you. Closing statements. You have 1 minute. Closing statement. Ms. Mathis.
I would like to thank all of you for coming this evening. I'd like to thank the NAACP for having a forum. One of the things that I really feel strongly about is, and I've listened to many of the candidates speak about the farmers and the watermen. My grandfather was a poultry farmer, and I know what it's like to go in that chicken house before they had electric feeders. They had the old hand cart. You had to take the bucket and do that in the water jar. So it's come a long way since he did it. I know what it's like to take a hoe and get out there and have to pull weeds and all that kind of stuff. I haven't really done any major work as far as water, but I had a friend that was a waterman, and I did some trout lining with him. I believe that because of my administrative skills and my people skills, that I would be a great asset to this county. All I ask of you is to consider us come November the 2nd, and we will show you that we will do the very best that we can to represent you in the fashion that you deserve.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor, close statement.
I would like to again thank NAACP for having this forum. I believe that my connection with the county, over 23 years working out here with the state police, my supervisory experience and administrative experience with the state police will aid me in county commissioner job. Also thinking about volunteerism in the county, working with the youth groups, working on recreation and parks, also with the older groups. I think this is a plus. I think that working with the fire departments and getting out to the communities and meeting different people, different organizations, I think that's what it's all about. And November 2nd, I'd just like for you to consider me, those here tonight who can't vote for me or vote in the 1st district, I would appreciate your vote very much. Thank you. God bless all of you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. Thank you so much.